Do you want to gain more Pinterest followers and faster? If so, you need to stop doing these 3 mistakes that I'm going to be talking about right now, and you will start seeing your followers count grow. My name is Teresa Toledo. I am a Pinterest expert strategist, and I helped several Pinterest accounts grow and bloom, gain followers, conversions, and the most amazing results. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the 3 most common mistakes that are preventing you from gaining hundreds and if not thousands of followers on Pinterest. Make sure to subscribe and watch until the end to know exactly what you should be doing to gain more followers. So when you're trying to grow your Pinterest presence, you need to use a modern Pinterest strategy. And that means that you need to work not only on trying to get link clicks, but cultivating your audience of Pinterest followers who will engage with your pins and enjoy your content. People come to Pinterest seeking inspiration. Pinterest is a visual search engine, not exactly a social media site, and this means that the users are actively searching for inspiration and ideas. They are not on Pinterest to socialize with you, but if they follow you, if they engage with your content, more people like them will end up seeing your content and you're gonna grow faster. Now, for this to happen, you need to meet them where they are. That will help you grow your audience of loyal followers. With that in mind, here are 3 big Pinterest mistakes that can stop you from gaining followers and from keep your Pinterest numbers taking off. Number 1, you're not worried about followers. You are just worried about getting clicks. Actually, if you are only concerned about getting traffic to your website, you're not thinking at all about nurturing an engaged audience who will love your content, who will follow you, who wants more from you, this is a recipe for disaster. In order to be successful with Pinterest marketing today, you need to engage with your target audience. That doesn't mean you need to be commenting, liking their pins, or connecting or things like that. I'm going to explain to you exactly what does that mean right now. Now, this actually means that your Pinterest account should be putting out content that is engaging, that is valuable to your current followers, and that is really exciting and enticing to new followers. You can't be successful on Pinterest today if you're only thinking about getting as many views and as many link clicks and sales as possible. When it comes to Pinterest nowadays, followers do matter. And it's not even about a certain number of followers. The smart strategy is to create content that gives value to an audience that wants to know more about you. You must think about your followers like people, not numbers. What do they want to see? What do they want to know? What do they perceive as having good value? What can you give to the pinner that the pinner will love? Pins that are highly successful are pins that people find very valuable. When your audience finds value in a pin, they will save it and they will share it. The more they share, the more people will see. The more they save, the more people will see. And those people will want to know more about you as long as you're giving value. Work on building an engaged community and your follower numbers will grow. Now, if your engaged followers number grow, all of your other numbers will grow as well. Number 2, you are using pins incorrectly. Yep, I said it. Back in the day, you could pin whatever, whenever, and share. The algorithm didn't really care about the quality of the content as much as it cares today. We focus on quantity for growth. The more you pinned, the more likely your content, your pins would be seen, would show up on somebody else's smart feed or Pinterest feed. This made it really big with bloggers because pretty much you could create one blog and share it over and over, pin and repin the same images or whatever images, but that's not true anymore. Pinterest is becoming a creator's paradise. Actually, Pinterest already is a creator's paradise. It is rewarding innovation and quality. Now, to explain this a little bit better, let me give you an example. Recently, I saw an idea pin, a pin that doesn't lead off site, right? That had a long URL in the pin text, in the image that led to a recipe. Now, because idea pins don't lead off site, it was just text, it was not a link. This was totally ineffective. Instead of that creator could have made a video about the recipe, showing the recipe, sharing the ingredients, telling all the good things about that ingredients, and adding the proper call to action, asking people to save, to engage, and to go to their profile. Now, could they even have added, a link to the pin? Not exactly. Idea pins are not clickable. Idea pins are not pins that people can tap and go to a website. I know that doesn't feel right, but they're highly engaging. Now, if you are giving that recipe, even though you're giving the whole recipe on the pin, and somebody finds it and really loves it, that person is gonna pretty much follow you, or that person is gonna save, or even if the person really wants more from you, that person is gonna go to your profile and from there click to your link. Now, by giving just a little teaser of the recipe and making the person, oh, I wanna eat this, and then typing in the image, your long URL, your ugly URL, your HTTPS, and everything else, the person is not gonna pause, go to their computer and type that in. That person cannot even copy and paste. So pretty much it got lost. Another problem that some people may run into is forgetting how pins need to be formatted to look good in the Pinterest feed. Remember, Pinterest is visual. It kind of needs to look good. You can make content that you think is great and amazing, but you need to check and double check that content and make sure that it's readable, that it has the proper size. If you create and upload a pin that's not easy to read and that doesn't have enough contrast between the text and the background, it will make people not care for it because they cannot see. If they cannot see, they're not going to stop. They cannot read, they cannot understand, they're not going to engage. And that could even make people want to unfollow. I mean, seriously, imagine if they're following you, they like your content, and then your content is low quality. They're just like, you know what, I don't really want to see more of this. That happened to me. I have creators that I follow, and eventually spins like that, and it makes me want not to follow them anymore. Another issue that I see happening is that people forget that when they create and upload an idea pin and publish the idea pin, there are margins that need to be respected. Pinterest pretty much adds some little elements to the site, the sides. There is a little cropping, and if your content is going beyond the safety line, if your content is bleeding towards the margins, it's gonna get cropped and it's gonna look ugly, and people are not gonna care for it. Now remember, every time you create a pin, well, we don't have to do this every time, but every so often, create a pin and go check how does it look using your phone. Most people are using Pinterest using their phones. So it doesn't matter how good it looks on the desktop version. If it doesn't look good on the feed, on the phone, with the proper margins, there is no point. You are losing a lot of points. You're going to be losing engagement. You're going to be losing an opportunity to attract new followers right there. Now, the third mistake that I see that can be holding you back from gaining followers, it's not to use idea pins at all. A lot of creators are simply not into idea pins yet. They think that idea pins are too much work, they cannot be scheduled, they are not clickable. What is even the point? They are wrong. Idea pins are a powerful tool that Pinterest is giving us right now to connect, engage, and get seen on the platform. You need to lean into creating idea pins. I know they don't get the link, they won't direct people straight to your website, to your link, like standard pins, but they will engage your audience and they will send them to your profile. Right there, they can follow you. Right there, they can click on your link in bio. Right there, they can choose to see more of your content. You need to think about the overall benefits of idea pins when you're creating them, and don't try to force them to be something they are not. Idea pins allow you to tag products, and Pinterest is also experimenting with the possibility of allowing us to add hyperlinks into idea pins comments. Yes, I tried this last week with one account that I work with, and it was so cool because I added the hyperlink to the comments and it was clickable. You could go to that blog right there from the comments. Now, this is not has not been rolled out to all the accounts. Not everybody's seeing this capability yet. And to be very honest with you, who knows? Pinterest might be even, considering the possibility of adding links to idea pins. We never know. Pinterest can do that if they want. So let's keep an eye out on this. Keep creating idea pins and we could be able to add links in the future. Now, if you want to see success, you gotta create pins that have high quality content that share a complete idea. Don't treat your idea pins like teasers for something else, like we used to do with standard pins. Think of each idea pin as an independent thought. Idea pins with videos are perfect for this. You want idea pins that inspire and that look good. If it's not inspiring, if it's not exciting, if it's not interesting, if it doesn't look good, people will not pay attention to it. But if you're regularly creating idea pins with good content value, people will look forward to them. People will want more from you. They will follow and will pay attention to the content you create, because it is delivering the value they want. Now, if you can avoid these common mistakes on Pinterest, you will be able to use the platform more effectively and grow faster. Pinterest is a great place for digital marketing, but you need to know how to use it properly. Are you ready to grow faster on Pinterest? Well, don't forget to subscribe and check out my next video for more tips.